on 2K Sports. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, and we'll be checking in with Allie LaForce from the sideline moments from now. And, of course, Jalen Brunson. Many wonder how they'll do without him. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, no question that it's a risky deal to make because it's the kind of move that can turn a team's fan base against the front office. But trading one of the most popular players on the team is always risky no matter what you get in return.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he?
The refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be.
Clark, the future of the league is bright with the likes of Brandon Miller roaming the floor.
Yeah, I like him a lot. In 2024, he was third in the Rookie of the Year voting. Chet and Wemby were the two guys ahead of him, and we know how good both of those guys are. I think he's in a great position to continue to grow and potentially be an all-star. Ball exploding off the floor for a big slam. Young fella's got some pretty good hops on him.
And it's Miller. It's out the key. Kuzma can't get it to go. Outside, Levine. It's stolen by Brown. Miller with a wide open look. Had the opportunity on the break, but couldn't sink the three. And Levine with the slam.
And you see why Levine's been a hard, tough out in the slam dunk contest. Has a natural ability to entertain the audience, and that bounce and athleticism certainly doesn't hurt either.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set. Relatively open from mid-range. You'd like to see that one go down.
Stolen by Levine. Ball from long range. And another miss by Denver.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Miller with the ball. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I was able to catch up with the head coach for Denver. Right away, we got to talking about Jaylen Brown, and he said he's going to make trouble for us, but with strong coverage and fast rotations, I think we'll do a good job limiting his production. Some confident words from Coach on how they'll slow down Brown's output tonight. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from three, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
There's Williams. 5 to shoot. Ball. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Ball's got his third basket of the night right there. On the wing, Giddey. He was averaging.
My goodness.
And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
Now here's Williams. Still without a basket. Up again. The Nuggets get it back in a new 14. On the wing, Williams. And finished off by Williams.
Putting in the work, Jalen Williams.
Pass to Giddey. Back to Miller. Over in the corner, Brown. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Ball, no good. Brown, right side. Down low. To the wing right side. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. You know, Clark, when Kyle Kuzma is in the right role and the right situation, he can help in so many areas.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he's capable of spacing the floor. His shot has just been a tad inconsistent, so that's why he hasn't gotten to the next level yet. But I love the energy he plays with and his versatility.
Here's Brown. He's got 5. Pass to Miller. Clock at 4. Kuzma, left side.
Excellent contest that time by Bridges. We shouldn't be surprised. You know, he's been a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year before.
Shot's good by Williams.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
We've got 22 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And it's Miller in the corner. Back to Giddey. And Lively pulls it down. To the paint. Here's Williams. And he hits it to tie the game up. That's 7 points here for Jalen Williams. It's all tied in Denver. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
15.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Williams has got the lead up to 2 now for Denver. Now here's Giddey. Miller outside. He gets the shot to fall, and the defender wasn't set. He's called for the block and a 3-point play chance here. And a rangy 6'7" wing GA with a smooth shooting touch. Brandon Miller fits a mold that a lot of teams are looking for.
And there's a reason he was the second overall pick in 23. He's got the potential to be an impact wing at both ends of the floor.
So it's Denver now. They trail by 1. Levine's shot is off. And stolen by Williams. Levine wide open. Here's Ball. Kick out to Levine. The Nuggets with another miss. And now, Howard LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Hey, team. LaMelo Ball is a playmaker, first and foremost. He said, I just start off the game trying to get my team involved, get the flow going. After the team's going, I try to get mine. If you get the team involved first, more pieces going, it just makes the game easier. Back to you.
A great passer. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Kuzma, right side. And here's Miller outside. Rebound by Williams. Here's Levine. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Levine's got his second basket of the game.
Levine has a really good knack for when to fire off the catch. Absolutely dangerous offensive play.
Back to Brown. Pass to Giddey. Pocket 6. Shots good by Miller.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And Ball definitely has the passing DNA. Some of his dime drops are really sweet.
Brown. They get it again. Takes a 3. Miller, no luck.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Bucket is good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Down low. And Brown throws it down hard.
We've come to expect plays like that from Brown. He won't waste any opportunity to throw it down.
Bridges shot. Good. Well, you know, Clark, anticipation is key in this NBA game. So often it seems the great ones can see a play ahead.
I don't think there's any question about it, Kevin. It's one of the things I look for in players. How do they see the floor? Do they make passes based on anticipation versus reaction? It's almost like somebody playing checkers and another guy playing chess. The very best players seem to be chess players. Levine has that buoyant bounce. He just looks like he's floating when he goes up top.
Out to Miller. Here's Brown. Here he goes. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Robert Williams.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
A fearless athlete. Jaylen Brown competes every single night on both sides of the ball. Something you want as a teammate.
Ball picks up the loose ball, but he was in the backcourt. They'll give it up.
Well, despite that possession, something that I've liked is they've been under control while getting out in this lead. They've kept those turnovers down.
Brown deciding where to go with it. Inside, and then Johnson with the jam.
It is so much fun watching these guys just throw it down. Jalen Johnson can do it with the best of them.
The offensive rebound.
Well, if he can somehow get into a rhythm offensively, I think they could stretch this lead.
He gets that one.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Left side, ball. Williams for three. Kuzma pulls it in. Pass to Mitchell. Kuzma outside. Miller outside. To the inside. Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Levine inside the three-point line. A rebound by Mitchell.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Here's Ball. Good. Ball's got 8 points in the quarter. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, you want your team to be aggressive on the glass, but he was a little too zealous for that rebound.
Yeah, it appeared to me as he was trying to get a piggyback ride, man. That's an easy call to make and going to be called every time.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Here's Brown. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Back to Brown. Pass to Ayton. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Rollins. Denver grabs the miss.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Creating a high percentage look with a good decision on that pass.
Mitchell outside. To the middle. Here's Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Master Rollins. Bridges with the steal. There's Levine. And Levine throws it down.
Bridges with the steal to start the break. That takes good awareness, and he was right on top of it.
Mitchell outside. Here's Rollins. Hasn't made one yet.
And at 7'1" and 250 pounds, Peyton is a handful. Not easy trying to guard him without foul.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that. Absolutely. Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Here's Brown. Nice D from Williams.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And then Johnson with the dunk.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Playing big in there. Jalen Williams decided to challenge and got the whistle.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, this season versus last, they've seen a decrease in their success at the free throw line.
The Nuggets making a switch here. And he's good on the second.
And Jalen Williams' game is unique. His combination of power and finesse, you don't see that many with that skill set.
Pass to Ayton. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Rollins. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Major force from Mikal Bridges there.
Clark, one of the better two-way wings in the NBA, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, he's a versatile defender. Has really improved offensively recently, in my estimation. Was second in Defensive Player of the Year voting one time, and over time, like I said, I think he's really added to and rounded out his offensive game.
Bridges with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Denver. The three, Levine. Another three for Denver.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Outside, Walker. Pass to Rollins. Takes the three. Ayton. It's good on the putback.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
Arching for three. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with them.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up three straight from beyond the arc right now.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you, guys. Well, a lot of French players are coming into the league, and Rudy Gobert said it's amazing. The first ones, like Tony Parker and Boris Diaw, they paved the way. Now, French kids aren't scared to dream about the NBA. They have role models that they can look up to and try to follow. Guys?
Merci. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks.
You know, in that first half, a lot more three-point shooting. Since then, though, they've dialed it back.
It's Jones on the wing. Here's Walker. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Derek Lively.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
Shoot two.
And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw. Denver leading by 8.
Away team foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
There's Ball with the 3. He can't get that one. Outside, Jones. Driving in. Pass to Rollins. From outside, off the mark. To the inside. Here's Williams. And the rejection by Ayton.
Lockdown, rim protection from Ayton, rising at the exact right moment to deny that basket.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And Mitchell drops them both.
He's about as calm as you can be at the strike.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. It's his first trip to the line. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. The first free throw is good.
You know, we all know about the flair and sizzle to LaMelo Ball's game. The highlight reel plays, all of that is great, but I also like the fact that he's got great length at the point guard position, which presents a lot of problems at both ends.
Here's Kuzma. Cranes the three-pointer. Williams inside the line. Releases from the wing and drills it. 16 points here for Jalen Williams.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not let the gift horse in the mouth.
And so it's Denver heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up.
51.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Outside Williams. Lively with the screen. And it's Ball penetrating. Lively's shot is off. And here is Brown. And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Brown. Over to the left wing. 6 to shoot. On the wing, Miller. Here's the 3. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
And with his diverse game and 6'9" frame, Brandon Miller can score in bunches. And on nights like tonight, it's really hard to get someone to match up with him.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Kuzma, right side. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Williams. Johnson with the rebound. Here's Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
You know, I think Kuzma's the kind of guy you've got to push out of the paint. When you don't, this is what happens.
Johnson. Excellent D there from Williams.
He's hard to stop once he gets to the rim. That's great defense right there.
And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Pass to Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
The playmaking of Brown continuing to evolve. Nice dime there.
Here's Ball. And he banks in the layup. Ball's got 21 in the game.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
And so it's Mitch Johnson calling timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there, now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. And then Johnson with the jam.
And we've been watching Jalen Johnson build this confidence, taking it to the defense there. Big game tonight.
To the paint. Kick out to Levine. Fires from way outside. Johnson with the rebound.
You wonder where was the defense that time, but they got lucky.
Over in the corner, Brown. Miller surveying the floor. Oh, no good on the dunk.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
He gets it to go.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team. There are not many players you'd rather have at the line there. Those free throws were huge.
Now Brown. Mitchell outside. Johnson. Here's Miller. Now Kuzma. Shot clock at 6. A three-pointer. Good.
Boy, Kuzma, superb at finding space along the perimeter and shooting the ball with confidence. And he's got great range, too.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
It's tipped. Stolen by Ball. It's tipped. Williams outside. Knocks down the three.
And oftentimes when they need a bucket, Williams is there to provide it.
Here's Miller. Mitchell outside. Now Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Now Miller. Mitchell fires. Missed on the three. Outside Bridges. Ball. Trying again. Layup no good. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
It's showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
It pains me to say it, but he's hurting his team right now. Apparently, he still has the green light because he's jacking it up. Boy, he's had a solid performance at the offensive end. Rock solid, providing that stability.
Mitchell with it. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
Making all of those, putting this game in the refrigerator.
Now, here's Mitchell. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. A solid